Welcome back to another enlightening episode of Journey to Success. I'm Emily Carter, your host, and today we're diving into a skill that shapes our paths with clarity and purpose, developing decision-making skills. Joining us is an extraordinary guest, Dr. Benjamin Hayes, a distinguished cognitive psychologist, best-selling author, and leadership strategist who's empowered thousands to make choices with confidence and foresight. Benjamin, it's an absolute privilege to have you with us today.
Thank you, Emily. I'm truly honored to be here and explore a topic that's not just about picking options, but about crafting a life of intention, resilience, and impact through the power of thoughtful decisions.
I'm so excited to hear your insights. Decision-making can feel overwhelming, especially when stakes are high or options seem endless. Benjamin, let's start with the big picture. Why is developing decision-making skills so essential for personal growth and success, and how does it shape our journey?
That's a fantastic question, Emily, and it really gets to the heart of why decision-making is such a vital force in our lives. Every day, we make choices, what to prioritize, how to respond, where to invest our energy, and those decisions, big and small, weave the tapestry of our existence. Developing decision-making skills is essential because it empowers you to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose, rather than being paralyzed by doubt or swayed by impulse. Strong decision-making fosters personal growth by building confidence, teaching you to trust your judgment, and helping you learn from outcomes, whether they're triumphs or lessons. It drives success by aligning your actions with your values and goals, ensuring that each choice moves you closer to a life of meaning, whether that's in your career, relationships, or personal aspirations. Without these skills, you might drift, miss opportunities, or let fear dictate your path. With them, you become the architect of your future, crafting a journey where every decision is a deliberate step toward fulfillment. I think of Nelson Mandela, who said, "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears." His decision to pursue reconciliation over revenge after 27 years in prison didn't just free him. It transformed South Africa, inspiring the world. Early in my own journey, I was a researcher in Denver, stuck in indecision about my career. I'd agonize over whether to stay in academia or pursue coaching. Each option felt like a trap, and I was frozen, my growth stalled. But when I honed my decision-making, clarifying my values, weighing options, and acting boldly, everything changed. I chose coaching, built a practice that's helped thousands, and wrote books that resonate globally. Decision-making isn't about always being right. It's about trusting yourself to choose, learn, and keep moving forward, shaping a life where clarity and courage define your success.
That's such an inspiring way to frame it, Benjamin. Decisions as steps toward fulfillment. Mandela's choices are so powerful. You mentioned your own shift from researcher to coach. Can you walk us through how someone can start developing decision-making skills, especially if they feel paralyzed by uncertainty or fear of making the wrong choice?
Absolutely, Emily. The first step is to clarify your core values and goals. Decisions are easier when you know what matters most to you, whether it's family, growth, integrity, or impact. These act like a compass, guiding your choices. One tool is a values anchor. Write down your top 3 values and one goal, like, I value learning. I want to lead. Before deciding, ask, does this align? It cuts through fog. I draw inspiration from Maya Angelou, who said, you can't become what you want by remaining what you are. Her choice to write her truth, rooted in values of honesty and courage, birthed a legacy that still shines. When I was paralyzed, stay in research or switch, I'd flip-flop, terrified of regret. I felt lost, my confidence eroding. Angelou's clarity inspired me. I anchored. I value helping. Goal. Inspire. Coaching aligned. I enrolled in a course, and my path opened. My practice grew, books hit lists. I coached a client named Sarah, a barista stuck on whether to study or stay safe, frozen by what if I fail. Inspired by Angelou, she anchored. I value creativity. Goal. Design. She took one art class, now illustrates, thriving. Values aren't abstract. They're a lifeline, grounding decisions when uncertainty looms. Another key step is to embrace a decision-making framework. Break choices into steps. Define the problem, gather key facts, List options, weigh pros and cons, then act. Don't aim for perfect, just clear. One tool is a choice map. Write the issue, two options, and one pro and con each, then pick. It simplifies without overwhelm. I learned this from Benjamin Franklin, who said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." His pros and cons list shaped a nation. I used to overthink. Franklin's method helped. I mapped, research, stable, dull, coaching, risky, fulfilling. I chose my seminar's sword. Sarah mapped, stay, safe, bored, study, hard, exciting. She studied, her art shines. Frameworks and values don't eliminate fear. They guide decisions, building confidence with every choice.
Those are such practical and empowering steps, Benjamin. Values and frameworks. Angelou and Franklin make it so tangible. But what about when emotions like stress or doubt cloud your ability to decide clearly? How do you stay focused?
Oh, Emily, emotions can be like static, scrambling your decision-making signal until you're stuck. The key is to pause and regulate before choosing. When stress or doubt spikes, your brain rushes. Slow it down with a physical reset, like deep breathing or a quick walk to clear the haze. One tool is box breathing. Inhale 4 counts, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. It calms your nerves, sharpening focus. I draw from Michelle Obama, who said, "You don't get to control all the circumstances, but you can control how you respond." Her calm choices under pressure built a global voice. When I faced a career fork, research, or coaching, stress made me panic, doubting every option. I'd spiral, useless. Obama's response taught me. I breathed, box style, before listing pros. Clarity came. I picked coaching, my practice tripled, books flew. I coached a client named Michael, a chef debating a new job, so anxious he couldn't think. He felt trapped. Inspired by Obama, he breathed, 4 counts, calm, and listed risks. He took the job, now owns a bistro, thriving. Pausing regulates emotions, grounding your choices. Another strategy is to test decisions with low stakes. If emotions cloud a big choice, practice with small ones, like picking lunch or a task, using your framework. It builds trust in your judgment. I learned this from J.K. Rowling, who said, "It is our choices that show what we truly are." Her tiny writing decisions, despite despair, created Harry Potter. I used to freeze on big calls. Rowling's choices helped. I tested, chose a meeting topic, it worked, so I trusted coaching. Michael tested, picked a menu tweak, it sold, so he trusted his job leap. Pausing and testing don't fight emotions. They clear the way, keeping decisions sharp.
That's so liberating, Benjamin, pausing and testing choices. Obama and Rowling bring it to life. You've mentioned incredible figures like Angelou and Franklin. Are there other famous people whose decision-making inspires you?
Oh, absolutely, Emily. Decision-making brilliance lights up so many lives. Take Malala Yousafzai, who said, "We realize the importance of our voice when we are silenced." Her choice to speak for education, despite danger, earned a Nobel, changing millions. When my talks flopped, no crowd, I leaned on Malala. I chose to refine, not quit, and sold out. I coached a client named Olivia, a nurse debating leadership, scared she'd fail. Malala's voice led her to choose training. She's a director, saving lives. Another is Steve Jobs, who said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward." His choice to trust intuition, rejoining Apple, redefined tech. When a book stalled, Jobs' trust inspired me. I chose to rewrite, it hit charts. Olivia, inspired by Jobs, chose to lead. Her unit thrives, she glows. Then there's Serena Williams, who says, "I decide my future." Her choices, train through pain, won 23 slams. I coached a client named Ethan, a coder stuck on startups, fearing risk. Williams' decisions led him to launch. He built an app, Mentors Now. These icons, Malala's courage, Jobs' intuition, Williams' resolve, show decisions shape lives of impact.
Those stories are so uplifting, Benjamin. Malala, Jobs, Serena, they show decisions' power. What about when pressure, like time limits or others' expectations, makes deciding feel rushed? How do you stay deliberate?
Pressure is a vice, Emily, squeezing you to choose fast, risking rash moves. The key is to buy time with intention. Even under deadlines, pause 10 seconds or 10 minutes to align with your values. One tool is a quick anchor check. Ask, what's my top value here? What's one fact I know? It focuses you. I draw from Desmond Tutu, who said, do your little bit of good where you are. His calm choices under apartheid's urgency reconciled nations. When a client demanded instant workshop plans, I felt rushed. Expectations choked me. Tutu's calm helped. I checked. Value. Impact. Fact. I know stories. I paused, planned, and my talk soared. Books sold. I coached a client named Rachel, a teacher pressed to pick a curriculum, fearing judgment. She panicked. Inspired by Tutu, she checked. Value. Kids' growth. Fact. I've taught. She chose. Her classes shined. Pausing anchors deliberate choices. Another strategy is setting decision boundaries. Politely defer. I'll confirm soon. To avoid others' sway. I learned from Oprah Winfrey, who said, you get in life what you have the courage to ask for. Her boundaries built empires. I used to cave to pressure. Oprah's courage helped. I deferred, chose wisely. My practice grew. Rachel deferred. I'll review options. Her picks won praise. Boundaries and pauses don't dodge pressure. They ensure decisions stay yours, deliberate and true.
That's so practical. Benjamin, pausing and boundaries. Tutu and Oprah make it vivid. How do we sustain decision-making skills long-term, especially when doubt or fatigue clouds judgment?
Sustaining decision-making is like sharpening a blade. It cuts cleanly with care, even through wear. One habit is weekly reflection. Review one choice, what worked, what didn't, to refine your process. I learned from Benjamin Franklin, who said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. His reviews built empires. I reflect Sundays, tweaked a talk, it packed rooms. I coached a client named Anna, a lawyer doubting verdicts. Franklin's prep led her to reflect. She won cases, mentors now. Another key is practicing small decisions daily. Choose intentionally, lunch, tasks, to build muscle. Malala Yousafzai says, every step forward counts. Her choices fuel advocacy. I pick daily, email tone, talk theme, my coaching thrives. Anna chose briefs. Her clarity grew. She leads teams. Also, lean on trusted input. Ask a mentor one question monthly to sharpen perspective. Michelle Obama says, we learn from each other. Her circle lifts her. My advisors hone my choices. Books sell. I coached a client named Mark, a salesman rushing deals. Obama's learning led him to ask. He's top. Mentoring. Finally, anchor to purpose. Your why. Impact, growth, guides through doubt. Viktor Frankl endured, saying, those who have a why can bear almost any how. My why, helping, steers me. These habits, reflection, practice, input, purpose, sustain decisions, crafting a life of clarity.
Those are such radiant tools, Benjamin. Franklin's prep, Malala's steps, Frankl's purpose. It's a blueprint for clarity. As we close, what's one final piece of advice for listeners ready to develop decision-making skills today?
My biggest advice is to make one intentional choice now. Decision-making grows from a single, clear act of trust. Think of Fred Rogers, who said, you make each day special by just your being you. His gentle choices touched millions. For me, it was one course, a choice that built a life I love. One last story. I coached a single mom named Lauren, a clerk scared to apply for jobs, stuck in doubt. We looked at Nelson Mandela, who chose hope, saying, it always seems impossible until it's done. Lauren chose one application. She landed a role, inspires her son, radiant. If Lauren can choose, so can you. Act now, pick one task, one path. That choice builds a life of decisions.
What a beautiful way to wrap up, Benjamin. Lauren's story, alongside legends like Rogers and Mandela, shows decisions are for everyone. Thank you for sharing such profound wisdom and practical steps. I know our listeners are ready to choose boldly.
Thank you, Emily, and to all the listeners. I hope you feel empowered to shape your life with clear, courageous choices.
And that's it for today's episode of Journey to Success. If this conversation sparked your clarity, and I'm certain it did, Please hit that subscribe button to catch every transformative episode. Share this with someone ready to decide, and join us next time for more insights to fuel your journey. Until then, keep developing your decision-making skills, one intentional choice at a time.